gender blenders.
What's up?
Because she's so ghetto.
Hey.
It's Wednesdays. It's hump day.
Happy hump day.
With Gavin.
And Sarah.
Woot. This week's topic is coming out to yourself. No fun. Although I think it's a little more bearable than coming out to your family for most trans people. For me, coming out to myself was a very long and arduous and painful process. I really think as trans people, we all come out to ourselves at that point where you realize... How do I explain this? Like, you know when you're a kid and you're trans and you're like, oh, okay, I'm a boy. Like, it doesn't matter. You know, and you're like, I'm going to grow into a boy. And then, like, you hit puberty and you realize, oh, shit, you know, that's not what's happening. And then you discover the concept of being transgender. I don't know, I feel like we all come out to ourselves at that point. And at that point, that's when we start either stifling it and stuffing it and trying to hide it, or for those of us who are fortunate enough for whatever reason to be okay with it, they embrace it. But for the rest of us, it takes a long time to come to terms with it and be at peace with it. And there's a lot of research and reaching out to try to figure out what the hell you're supposed to do and, you know, who you are. I came out to myself December 6th, 2008, so it hasn't been too terribly long.
But it's something that you always knew was there. But there was just that point where you knew you couldn't go on any longer without acknowledging the fact that you were trans.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, after, you know, numerous suicide attempts and this constant ache and unhappiness that I didn't think I was ever going to escape and couldn't really figure out why. You know, like you feel like you're not really completely in touch with reality, like you're living life in someone else's skin.
It's like you're watching someone else live your life.
Yeah, and now that I've come out and accepted the fact that I'm trans and like Sarah uses male pronouns and stuff like that, it's the first time in my life I've ever felt truly in touch with reality. God, I'm so scattered tonight. But yeah,
it's okay.
Coming out to yourself. Good luck.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the partner's perspective.
Since I'm not trans, I've never come out as trans, so I've never really had to deal with that aspect of it. But from a relationship aspect, it's kind of like him transitioning is kind of a transition for our entire relationship in some way or another. But as a partner, I think it's just important to offer a safe, like emotionally,
environment.
Thank you. Environment for your partner to, just so that they understand that, you know, no matter what they do, what gender they choose to be, that as a partner, we're always going to be accepting, we're always going to be there. And I've helped a lot with research and...
Oh my God, yes. She has been a gem.
I don't really know what to say about this topic just because I'm...
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head. You know, partners of...
Yes.
Most partners of people, you know, like for instance, a trans guy gets with a girl and the trans guy is still in the closet about being trans and identifies as a lesbian. You know, most partners kind of have a clue. You know, they kind of pick up on certain things.
Yeah, like I was telling Gavin when, because we were talking about this just a little earlier about what we were going to talk about.
Do y'all do that? The other gender blenders people, do y'all do that? Are you like, what am I going to say? Anyway, sorry.
But they don't have anyone to talk about it with like we do. Makes it easier.
Yeah.
But, you asked me how I felt when you first came out to yourself, which I was pretty immediately thereafter informed of.
Oh, last night, yeah.
The decision, but I think for me it was kind of a relief because I knew from that point forward that after you came out to yourself, then, I mean, we kind of had an uphill journey. We're still on an uphill journey during the transition process, but Emotionally, like, your well-being and stuff, I knew was all downhill from there. Like, I knew that...
Like it was going to get better.
Yeah, that you were going to be more satisfied with yourself.
Right. And since having come out to myself, what kind of changes have you seen in me as a person?
Totally different. I guess, like, the man that I was, or the person that I was in love with, because when I first met you, I wasn't in love with the man, I was in love with your being.
Right.
But, you become a lot more confident, a lot more just open, happy. It's not like you have, like, a big weight on your shoulders all the time. And, I mean, any of you other trans partners that have been with your partner before coming out and then after coming out, I mean, it's just a night and day's difference, because you're so much more comfortable in every situation. Well, between you
situation.
and me. Mm-hmm.
And how does that make you feel, Miss Ellenberg?
I like it a lot. I like it a lot. It's like...
This video is heinous. It's so heinous. But I'm not redoing it.
You know, nope.
We
Kinda
tried
rambling.
We tried to think of something fun to do this week, but I don't know. I don't really...
We couldn't come up with anything that was worth you watching. So
We're
we figured we
lacking.
would ramble, and you would enjoy that more.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're done.
Are we done?
I think so.
Okay. Have a great week.
See you next week. Bye.